when Bethesda says they are listening to players, do you also like when I talked about them kind of gatekeeping, do you feel like the same? Or are you not too worried about that?
And you're talking about gatekeeping in terms of like what's going on.
Well, not allowing other studios to get in their IP, like when they allowed Obsidian to make New Vegas, and then that's like regarded as the best, Fallout game. Do you think
Yeah,
there's
I
a
mean,
fear of that gatekeeping and what kind of avoid all these great studios they could throw their IP at, and they can make different iterations? Like I've said a million times, like a tactical RPG similar to Wasteland 3.
yeah, I mean, I think that's a great decision. Look, if you're a developer, which we know Bethesda is, that really wants to let games cook for a long time, share the IP, and at the very minimum, if you don't want it to be tarnished, have final say. They don't have to release anything before it's approved, but allow more developers to get their hands on this stuff and make different things with it. And then you let your big titles cook. That's fine. Because if you were to allow these other developers and these other studios to drop a tactical Elder Scrolls or a tactical Fallout or, whatever, a third person Fallout, you could make like a horror survival like you did Resident Evil type thing. You could do something like that with Fallout. There's so many different things you could do because of how broad these games are. Yeah, I think there probably is a fear, but I think that if they went about it the right way, it's easily manageable and it would take the heat off of them with these long drops because at least you're getting something that's got that world that people want to get back into.
Well, yeah, you're feeding the audience, it's giving you that time and that space to continue to do what you want to do. And again, like with, excuse me, Starfield not hitting the way we thought it would, it doesn't help at all. Because we all, every one of us that played Starfield probably still told ourselves, like, well, this is going to make the next Fallout and Elder Scrolls be years away because they've been spending all this time on this space game. But again, you always want developers to make what they want to make, but it's also like, but then we want you to make what you want to make, but we also want to wait 15 years for a sequel. I think that could
Yeah.
be both things to your point. And Dave, I want to get you in on this now too. Like a dual sided question. Do you think they're actually acting on feedback or just kind of, we acknowledge it and moving forward? And then how do you feel about that gatekeeping comment that I made as well?
I'll start with the gatekeeping. I think it would be beneficial bringing in. We've seen other big IPs do that. Have some other side studios come in and assist to get games out faster and stuff. But also, in that same sentence, it's like, well, it sucks. We have to. It's such a long time to wait, but how many millions and billions of dollars are they going to make when they do drop it? There's something to that, the whatever you want to call it, fashionably late or forcing people to wait. It does. We're sitting here talking about it right now. It does build that suspense. We got GTA coming out at the end of the year. They've done the same approach where it's been kind of quiet. We know very little about the game, and it's what 7-8 months away or something like that. Like they're trying to just do that mic drop moment as well, but it does come with risk, right? Because we had the build up for Starfield. Bethesda has so much behind their name, and it wasn't. Yeah, I know people still still made money, a lot of money, and people put hours into it, but what if we see that with GTA as well? Like, what if it's not doesn't live up to it? Elder Scrolls 6, they wait all this time, and what if people are like, man, Skyrim was just so much better? Like it could all fail. I don't know.
It's a
It's
great
interesting.
point, but it's like 15 years is just egregious, man. Like it's like I get taking your time and wanting to build this way. And now it's granted that everyone's working on it now, and we should be getting it soon. But like it depends. I'll be excited for it, but I would have been way more excited for it as a younger gamer. I've always loved Bethesda, but like my love has gotten a little more callous as we continue. I didn't finish the Oblivion remake. I played it for a little while, did Knights of the Nine, a little bit of Shivering Isles here and there, did the arena, of course, but it's also like, again, as a younger man, as a younger gamer, I would have been way more excited for Elder Scrolls 6. When Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, again, I say it depends on what else is coming out that year. You know what I mean? It might not, in a time, and you can say this, I know you believe this too, Nick. There was a time, no matter what year that game would drop, it'd be my game of the year. No questions asked. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what else was coming out. But like my tastes have evolved as I've gotten older. And I hate to do the comparison states of joy stuff, but it's like, imagine like Bethesda came to you, Rockstar came to you, Dave, and they're like, hey, here are your options. Red Dead Redemption 3 next year or Elder Scrolls 6 next year? Which one you want?
Well, the question catches me at the wrong. I'm biased now because I've been feeling a pull lately to play some Rockstar stuff, and like just going back to Red Dead 2 and seeing like, hey, did I get all those achievements in the campaign? You know, because those games are so fun. And I've had an urge to go to like I was telling you guys, maybe run some GTA 5 at some point during this year if there's a little gap, just to kind of get ready for GTA 6, get back in that Rockstar sandbox mindset because it is so unique. But no, it is a tough comparison, and you guys could check the dates and stuff. But with GTA 5, I think it was 2013, so now it's gonna 2026. That's 13 years later. But I guess I agree with you. I would have more faith in Rockstar than Bethesda right now.
That's where my question was stemming from. Who do you have the most faith in delivering the next level experience?
And Rockstar, they've stayed fresh in GTA Online. They're testing all these concepts in GTA Online that'll end up being in GTA 6. I don't know that Bethesda, can do that or would do, like how can they go back and see like, oh, would this work? Test around and mess around in Skyrim, for the next. I think Rockstar's doing it right. They're kind of experimenting with a game that's making a ton of money every month.
No, and I think the one thing it's like me and Nick have been dreaming about Elder Scrolls 6 since we beat Skyrim all those years ago, So it's like a frustration building up when I talk about it, but I'm confident that it will be good. I am hesitant to think it's going to be the game that I hope it is. And then I'm hoping that after all this time, they're going to deliver to us things I believe they need to do that are non-negotiables to be successful. I'm going to reiterate a few of the things that Chip said, but factions. They're known for the faction quests and these different groups you can join, and like even having these groups really means something. Like I remember as I was playing the companion storyline, I was hoping we could become Silverhands as well, like be the werewolf slayers, especially when Dawn Guard comes out and you can be a vampire slayer, like live that monster hunter fantasy of like I'm a vampire slayer with the Dawn Guard and I hunt werewolves as a silver hand, but you couldn't join the silver hand, so that kind of upset me a little bit. But and like yeah, rehash some of the classics: Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, like Thieves Guild, the Dark Brotherhood. Let us be a part of these great moments, and then craft like these amazing storylines. Like we'll always talk about the Dark Brotherhood story quest line in Oblivion. It's one of the best ever, in my opinion, that Bethesda has ever put together. And another non-negotiable for me is you got to go back to how the loot was like in Oblivion, and like like not like it is in Starfield and in Fallout 4, where it's like this gun's just a little bit better. This is an orange version of the blue gun. Like, and who you talking to? I'm the looter shooter loot guy, all the different games from Diablo 4 to Destiny, but that's not what I want from a Bethesda game. I want Dawnfang. You know what I mean? I want these unique weapons, these Daedric artifact weapons that are just awesome. And it rewards your exploration. Again, like the famous line, you see that mountain over there, you can go to it. And and it's like, just let us be free in that world. And again, that's asking a massive amount. Open all of Tamriel and make it all handcrafted. But hey, 15 years. That's all. I mean, I know, granted, now they weren't working on it for 15 years, but we've waited this long. So now, again, I do also love what Dave said. If it's not that, then make it the most beautiful handcrafted thing you guys have ever coughed up. But everything I see, everything I touch is just awesome. And I believe, and people can say I'm too like asking too much of them, but I'm saying I love this studio since I was a kid, and I've waited 15 years for this game to come out, and I'm really concerned about what will be delivered to me. But I'm optimistic and hopeful at the end of the day.